finally, we have a new release from the legends that are Xenns, aka Mangird, the T Pro. For those of you who don't know, initially there was a hi-fi brand by the name of Mangird. They were very famous for their T models, which were the T1, the original ones, as well as the T2s. Thereafter, they decided to rebrand themselves into Xenns, that is Xenns, though even though they had rebranded themselves, they still decided to use the Mangird name. Hence, a new brand by the name of Xenns Mangird. Hi-fi naming schemes. Now, I'll be very honest, I was not the biggest fan of many Mangird IEMs. I famously didn't like the T. I thought the T2 was an improvement, but still not quite good enough. I hated the Up, but then we have the Top, which I felt was their best IEM they've ever made. So I put the money where our mouth is, and we do sell the Xenns Mangird Top at Hangout.audio, so you know that it's Clinical approved. But the same question applies to the new Xenns Mangird T Pro. Is it actually a good IEM? But there's no surprises here. Obviously, if it's on the Hangout.audio YouTube channel, then it is automatically Clinical approved. But you also seen the video title. It is basically the mini top. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it, shall we? Let's go. First of all, the non-audio stuff. The Xenns Pro is fairly similar in terms of accessories to the other Xenns products. You get a very nice leather carrying case as well as a felt pouch. On top of that, you also have three different kinds of tips. You have your wide bore tips, you have your narrow bore tips, as well as foam tips. The cable is also very nice, a quad braid configuration, and comes with an interchangeable 3.5mm or 4.4 termination. It also comes with a shirt clip, a cleaning brush, fairly unimportant accessories here, but in general, the unboxing experience is pretty good. Honestly, at this price point, which I forgot that I mentioned, at $360 US, it is quite important to have an interchangeable connection. I feel like at this price, it's almost a necessity. So good on Xenns Mangird for being able to provide such a cable. Now, the general build quality of the T Pro is actually one of the best that I've actually seen in this price range. It comes in a black anodized aluminum shell and also comes with a metal nozzle. The faceplate is also quite nice. It uses resin, but I don't think it compromises on the structural integrity of the IEM. All in all, it is an amazing feeling IEM, and quite frankly, I hope that many IEMs going forward would also kind of copy the T Pro in terms of its build quality and hopefully its durability. Now, arguably the most important part of this video, the sound. Why exactly is the T Pro Clinical approved? Well, simply put, like I said, we do approve of the Xenns Mangird Top, and the T Pro is just kind of a variation of that. So what I do here relative to something like the Top would be that it is more laid back, it is much less fatiguing, but at the same time, it does come off as a little bit more dulled over. The bass response of the T Pro is also a little bit more punchy compared to the Top, but that's also explainable by the FR graphs. There is a little bit more bass tuned into the T Pro. In general, you could describe the sound signature of the T Pro as a down-tilted version of the Top, but at the same time, I feel like it's also not as clear. Now, maybe this is due to the different drivers that they're using. The Top does have more BA drivers compared to the T Pro, or maybe it's just a factor of frequency response because the Top is indeed brighter compared to something like the T Pro. But at the end of the day, I do hear the Top as slightly out-resolving the T Pro. The T Pros feel like it's just in the middle of the no man's land in terms of resolving ability. I'll put it about on par with something like the Da Vinci, for example. There's nothing much special about the T Pro's technical abilities, but you buy the T Pro because it balances out its very good tonality with its middling for its price range technical performance. Now let's just talk about the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, why you should consider buying a T Pro and why you shouldn't. And first and most obviously, consider buying the T Pro if you're looking for an IEM that is the best built in its price range. The anodized aluminum shell, the metal nozzle, and the beautiful faceplate, all of which combine to form an IEM that is just sturdy and great to hold. This of course coupled with their interchangeable cable, 3.5mm as well as 4.4, all included as stock. And when it comes to the sound, if you're someone who likes an IEM like the Xenns Top, then look no further than the cheaper alternative. The T Pro is a very well-tuned IEM with great bass as well as smooth travel, and overall just doesn't try and shove everything into your face. And now let's just talk about the shouldn'ts, and sound-wise is just simply, if you're looking for something that's neutral or even something that's following a bit of the new meta diffusey curve, the T Pro is not quite for you. Compared to something like the Fusu, it is a little bit more emphasized in 2000Hz, so it provides a more colored, more forward vocal presentation that you may or may not like. The next con, depending on who you ask, is that bass can come off as a little bit bloomy, a little bit bleeding into the mids, if you will. So if you're someone who's looking for that sharp, precise, well-separated bass, well, the T Pro might not be that IEM for you. And lastly, again, depending on the person that you're asking, the T Pro is not the biggest shell that I've had, but also at the same time can be quite big for some people. I'm not going to say this as a full con because I know people who have fitted the T Pros and found them to be one of the most comfortable IEMs that they have worn. And that is my report of the new Xenns T Pro, basically following the blueprints and the footsteps of their highly lauded top. But as per usual, you don't have to take my word for it. You can always come down and try it out yourself at the Hangout. We have now moved. They are no longer on Moss Street. Instead, we're now on 200 South Bridge Road. For those of you who are regulars of our old store, the new store is actually not that far off. It's just right there, just in that direction. So come on by, grab a cup of coffee or a cup of ice cream from our partners at Freaky, and then ask for the T Pro. Try it out for yourself and then form your own opinions. And for those of you who are not privileged enough to be in Singapore, well, you can always come down to Hangout.audio, our online retail store. We of course ship globally and for free with certain conditions. This is critical for the Hangout.audio channel, and remember kids, if it's not on the list, it doesn't exist. See you next week.